Hey guys, Zenon here. It's a nice Sunday night, perfect time for a video. And today I'm going to be showing you a project that I've been working on for a while. It's my first coded project, so the first time I've actually coded anything, and I did use a lot of AI, but I actually knew how to use a fair bit of it due to a course that I've been taking from Mark Louvion called CodeFast. And yeah, this is actually a rebuilt project. I had a site that I built a couple of years ago, but I built it with Softr, which is a no-code platform, and I connected that to an Airtable base to basically house all the data. But over time, it's not really gone anywhere, and I haven't really wanted to work on it because Softr just has a lot of limitations on what you can do with it. So I thought this would be the perfect project to kind of get my foot in the door with some actual coding. And luckily with AI, I'm sure you guys have some sort of inkling of what's going on. AI can either help you with everything, do it for you, or explain every step of the way. So it's been an incredible asset for this journey here. So first off, we're going to show you the old website, just to you can get like an idea of what it used to look like. And then I'll show you the new one, which should be live at the time that I publish this. So feel free to check it out. The link is hustledirectory.com. I'll also put it in the description of this video, so you can definitely go over there and check it out. It is more of an MVP. Obviously, there's a lot of things that I can work on, but don't remember who said this, but they said that if you wait, sorry, the quote is, if you're not embarrassed by the first thing you ship, you've waited too long. So I don't want to wait too long. I just want to get it out there, get the MVP. It's a website. I can iterate on it. But for now, we're just going to publish it, and you guys can play around with it and let me know what I should do with it. And drink of the day, lemon flavored water. So let's get into it. So this is what the website used to look like. It's a little bit big. I haven't played around with it for a long time, so I think I'll just make it a little bit smaller, more palatable. But yeah, I had a little bit of social proof, a couple cards. You know, it's cool. And the idea of the website, in case that wasn't obvious, is basically it's a website full of ideas for how to make money online. Because I've been traveling the world as a digital nomad for a couple of years now, I think 3.5. And, you know, I've had so many people talk to me about, you know, they want to become a digital nomad, they want to make money online, they're not really sure what to do. And it just feels like there's like a frustration because there's literally so many ideas of how you can make money online. But I think people are just like lacking some sort of creativity. Even when they get an idea, like you tell them that, hey, why don't you try copywriting or freelancing? They're like, okay, like, what is that? You know, where do I start with that? So that's kind of what the idea came from. Now, as I mentioned, I built this on top of Airtable, and I built this back on, I think it was 2022 when I got this live. So since then, a lot has changed, and Airtable and Softr both changed their plans. So I basically got grandfathered into Softr's plan, which I've been paying like 40 Canadian dollars a month for the last like 2.5 years, which, by the way, that's rough. I think the new stack is going to be like, you know, pretty much a domain name, and that's it from my expenses. There might be a little bit more, I'm not really sure, haven't figured that out yet, but I'm expecting it to be much cheaper, like 80, 90% cheaper, 95%. But the problem with Airtable is that they changed their plan, and now when you want to reference through the API, it costs some sort of credits, and that you only get so much for the free account. So at some point, my website basically broke. And this is what it looks like, which is annoying, you know, because obviously this website, like it is still up, you know, it had certain functionality like filters and stuff like that. But like this is completely broken, and I don't really want to pay for this because there's no real point, because it's not generating any money at the moment. And in terms of traffic, let me just fast forward here. So I did an okay job at building some traffic in this. I mean, it's not terrible. You know, last year I've gotten what, 2,600 people onto this website, 3,300 sessions. And then if we go like, is it like an all-time function? Probably not. But back in 2023, I posted on Reddit, and that's what caused this big spike. And so I actually got like 1,000 people on my website in a couple of days. So there was some sort of demand for it. A lot of people from the States. I don't know, what is this, 28 days? Let's go like the last year. Yeah, so people from all over. I tried a couple different of website traffic methods. A little bit of parasite SEO, a little bit of Reddit, a little bit of social media. It never really stuck. And I mean, there's so many ways I can monetize this website. And I'm excited to see what I can do with the new version of it. But yeah, it just never really went anywhere. So I'm excited that now it's actually, the expenses are being cut, the functionality is increasing, and I think now that it's not built on some kind of half-assed, no offense to Softr, but not that good of a product, to be honest, no-code platform, I'm excited to see what I can do with it. So let's fast forward a little bit, because I do have to publish the, you'll notice that when I went on the original site, it was actually the original domain name. So I do have to change that over, but let me just publish that and then I'll show you the new website. All right, so it turns out it's gonna take a little while for the DNS records to propagate, and ain't nobody got time for that. I'm not trying to wait, until 10 p.m. to finish this video. So let's just show you the dev server, same thing. So yeah, here's the website. It is, I would say aesthetically, I like the dark theme more. We'll have to see how it plays out. But yeah, above the fold, pretty similar. I tried to implement like a glassy look. I'm not sure how much I pulled it off, but yeah, this is what it looks like, at least for the start. I like the theme colors. I'm not crazy about the UI. Like, I think the front end needs some work, but it's a V1. And here is what it looks like. So, on the original website, I had it so that if you click the Learn More button, it would go to a designated page, but Softr wouldn't allow for you to dynamically generate these pages and then basically populate them through the Airtable database. So I had to actually update each fucking page if I wanted to change the structure of it, which made it just, I had like 180 hustles in here, plus the platforms, which I'll get into. So there was just no way I was going to do that. So that's the nice part about building it this way. I have it built with Next.js, MongoDB on the back end, is that I can pretty much use programming to change the back end and upload like new CSVs with the data, and then change, like this is all based on components. So if I want to change how one card looks, I can change how all of them look, just as easily. So this is how it looks like. There are some filters here, so if you want to look for a business, if you want to look for business and investing, these are multiple select, which is cool. Freelancing, remote employment, that's all pretty cool. I also have it like some filters for difficulty, if you want to see what a hard difficulty thing looks like, that might be create mobile phone games. That's going to be tough. You might have to raise funding. But if you're just looking for an easy side hustle, why don't you try content writing? And here's the modal. So right now I have it set up, like I said, I used to do individual pages, but for now I've just decided to do pop-up modals, and then it does have some information on each, idea for generating income right here. So this is what I have set up. This is just enough to get you kind of started, get your toes wet, but it's obviously not going to be enough information to, take you over the mountain and actually get you your first clients and stuff like that. But it is set up, and I do have the load more hustles, and it's all pretty fast, so I think that's pretty cool. And then I do have the other side of it, which is built on a little toggle here. This is the only part that kind of takes a second to populate. I'd like to get that down, but I'm not really sure how to at the moment. I think I broke it. All right, so I think with playing around the back end, things are crashing a little bit. So it did take a little while to to fetch all this data here. I'll have to see if I can optimize that, how that's loading a little bit. Maybe I'm loading all of them and I just need to load the first 9 or whatever. So we'll have to play around with that. But yeah, right now I have the hustle section, which is for generating ideas, and then I have the platform section. Watch, I crashed it again. The platforms are basically platforms that exist that will pay you. So these would be places like Fiverr, like Upwork, like Airbnb, all of these websites and companies are designed to create a profile and then they will request your information and then pay you out. So if you're looking to make some money, you can go, become a content writer, or you can make your own Amazon Kindle publishing business. And I have it set up here so that I have certain tags. You can publish an app, like an app on the Apple App Store. You can make a podcast and publish it on Anchor. You can create, t-shirt designs and stuff like that for Amazon Merch on Demand. And then when you click on these, it gives you a rundown of what the business is. And then you've got a link to the website, and then you've got a link to the sign up page on that website. Sometimes they're the same, sometimes they're different. And I've got a ton of platforms in here. I've got like 280, I think. So for example, like if you're looking to get paid to help people learn English, check out Cambly. If you're looking to monetize your online community, go with Comonetize. And there were some things I wasn't really sure about, like, Buy Me a Coffee is kind of more of like a monetization plan than it is a platform for making money. But there's kind of gray area. So I just basically chose stuff that would pay you out. There's some stuff that's on here like beacons, but beacons will request they can process payments for you. So I counted that. And that's the website, guys. Like I said, there's a ton of work to do. Like all this data pretty much is from like 3 years ago when AI didn't even really exist. So as you can imagine, there's a lot more that I can do with this. How I'm planning to monetize it, I mean, there's a million ways that I could do it, but I think traffic is the most important thing. And then I'm thinking that I can just do like featured listings for platforms and, offer those for rent, or I can do affiliate links. I'll have to find something that's kind of conducive to not really selling out the credibility of the website. So we'll have to worry about that later, I think. But for now, feel free to check out the website, hustledirectory.com, play around with it, let me know what you think. And hopefully I will figure out how to fix that loading issue before it gets up to you guys. So that's my first coding project. That's the video for today. I think I missed yesterday. Saturday, I kind of took a day off, you could say. But we're back at it today. Ran 13 kilometers right before this video. Got my half marathon in Sao Paulo on next Sunday in 1 week from today. So that's what's going on in my life, guys. Thanks for sticking around. We'll see you in the next video. Take care. Make sure to hit like and the thumbs up and subscribe. And send the website to a friend if you think they'd enjoy it. Okay? Take care.